Welcome guys, we're building our second flat ride and much needed facilities for our park. I also rearranged the video to include the ride showcase at the end of this intro, the building at the middle, and the before and after at the end of the video. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to start by building a public bathroom for our guests. So it's not too far away from the entrance, so you can go tingle when you need to. I saw this kind of interesting window-esque decoration, so I thought, no, that would make quite a cool fitting for the entrance door. So I'm just going to place a few of those. I was thinking of making like a little Viking house kind of thing at the side of the little pond we have here. Just trying to figure out... Oh, by the way, I finally found the building tools or construction material tools for the Viking set. Because for some reason last time I played, or in the previous part, I couldn't find them. I think I might have had my filters kind of wrong. Yeah, I'm just trying to block out the shape of the building I want because, like I said, I'm doing all of this just like out of my head. At the end of the day, I would change this a bit because it's something just wasn't clicking for me. At this point, I was also thinking maybe we could also add staff facilities to this building because God knows how bad the AI in this game can be, so I'm gonna try to make sure we have staff buildings everywhere to ensure our staff are happy and is accessible places for them so that they don't not work. Let's put it that way. And don't worry, I will be realigning the walls. Just stupid that it does that when you put two of them. Getting some of our nice Viking arched roofs. I would have liked like a thatch kind of roof for the Viking homes as well. I think you can like kind of fake that by just changing the color, but yeah, it's not the same because I feel like this is too fancy for the area I'm trying to build because we're going for a rural kind of area. But yeah, I just skipped over this little part because I was struggling with figuring out what I want to do with this piece of roof. I would eventually decide just to completely remove it, but just to show you guys because my recordings are a bit confusing. So I do something here, I do a little bit something there, and then it doesn't make sense sometimes. So I'll like show you just like the little mistakes I make and things that just don't work. Because look at that, that was absolutely horrifying. Now, I'm just gonna fill up that hole. I was over the more unique shape. Let's just go with the old, well-known L shape. Let's just add some decorations to the roof because the Vikings were well known for their roof decorations. Gonna try and use some of these assets just to add some characters like the tile roofed reach cap thing. Just gonna use it to like make it as if it's the ends of the roof because I always find the little roof end trimmings and stuff not really useful in this game, or I'm just really bad at them, so I just like using random stuff that could act as those things, even though this would probably be quite a hazard when it comes to snow and ice. Luckily that shit don't happen here. Let's add a nice spine to the roof. By the way, I am actually looking after extended families' doggy dogs, and so yeah, audio quality might be different and you might hear dogs because they're quite bad. I tried to make them as quiet as possible, but yeah, there's no guarantee that they will actually stay that forever. Yeah, we're just duplicating to the other side because we want uniformity. And yes, while playing this, I have to say I made quite a few mistakes here and there and things I could do better, but remember, we're also working on a budget, so we need to take the budget in consideration of just doing that much, because we're definitely gonna, after our third ride is done, we're definitely gonna have to take out quite a sizable loan to build our first roller coaster. So I'm trying to just keep all of that in mind as well as I'm building. In the future, we will upgrade these buildings, create for them new advertisements, new videos, all those kind of things, so don't worry about that. We will still improve them very much so. Yeah, I'm just trying to be a bit more fancy. I say I do like jerking the camera around a lot just to make sure everything looks the way I want it to look. Let's get a little window in here. I don't know, I'm just taking the window back to the same place where I just had it, but oh well, it is what it is, you know. Yeah, I'm just gonna add some decoration to the corners of the building because I just don't like that extremely sharp look. Let's add some curviness to it and some character. I have to say I did like this tiled trim corner for the corner. Is it perfect? By no means. But is it something? Yes. I have to say this wood texture for the Vikings are, you know, it's the only one there. I would have liked one that was a bit more worn, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. We'll just have to stick with the one we've got. As speaking of, now while creating this video, they just dropped the new patch 6, I believe, that brings in fairy tale theme and another theme that I have already forgotten. So I can't wait to play with those. Speaking on that, there will be at least 4 parts, I believe, of the Viking theme. Then we will be moving on to another theme for just to change up things a bit, and we will come back. So we can like build different parts of the park, different regions of the park, just to keep it a bit more spicy. I really did like this decoration. I also used it on the windmill, but here I'm using it to a bit of a different effect by pushing it in a little bit to make it seem like it's a different kind of wall. Just add a big ass window here, for which will be eventually the staff room. I was thinking, I really like the old buildings that have like stone foundations that are built up, and I was like, yeah, I want this for this one as well. So we'll be using quite a lot of stone in this area. Thank God for the duplication tool, right? Huh. Me just inspecting my work, making sure it looks reasonable, acceptable quality, but yeah, let's just spice it up by just turning it a little bit, doing the game dev style kind of thing, you know? Yeah, you know. You've seen those games. We've all seen them. It's literally every game. You just saw the same tree 10 times, but just rotated slightly different. Just puff out that corner a bit, make sure there's no gap. I know it looks a bit weird with the jaggy jag rocks all pointing the same way, but we're just gonna have to live with that. as I was doing this now, I was like, maybe I should have used normal rocks. It would have been a bit more interesting, but I was like, I don't want this to take forever. So definitely a future goal. I think the most irritating is just lining up everything, making sure it looks good and not too much Z-fine going on. Get us little dinky winky windows in that I'm gonna try line up, but I bet you they're not quite even, so I'm sorry for all those who have Be Perfect syndrome. I just added random colors to the windows. I would eventually change the green one to another color, but yeah, I was thinking maybe I should maybe theme this after how can I put it, the Nordic countries like Sweden, Denmark and Norway, but yeah, I didn't. Maybe I'll make a note of that. Just add some ambiance. The little hanging torches. I was thinking earlier, when I did the doors of the public bathroom facility, I was like, I can use that for the windows as well. So that's what I'm going to do here. And it just creates an entire new asset, essentially. It's different from the one underneath that we've got underneath. Yeah, look at that. It looks like a much more fancier window. Now we can start adding some signs and showing that this is a restroom, a public restroom, bathroom, whatever you want to call it, a lavatory. Just edit it a bit. I actually forgot when we did the windmill there was the little Viking gal and boy, but yeah. So I'm just gonna use the basic one, but I'm gonna enhance it a little bit. I will put a little Viking shield in it just to give it some more depth and some more nuance, some more history, I don't know what I'm saying. You have to excuse me. And at first I was a little bit confused because why is this thing so ugly? Why is it so bendy and shaped, and why isn't it going in different directions? And then when I would press the play button, I would say, oh, they actually move. They're actually moving objects. Great stuff. And the wind's blowing different ways. Shh. It doesn't matter. It's a magical place. Yeah, we're just adding more trim just to, even though this is for roof, like I said, you can use it literally for anything. I'm just here adding a bit more decoration, a bit more character to the building so the building doesn't feel so flat. The last thing you want is a damn flat building. Nobody likes a flat ass. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. It hurts, I know, but it's just the truth. It's time to exercise those glutes. I also did a lot more editing this time. I cut out a lot of unnecessary fluff for you guys. I would say it took me quite a while. I wanted to release this video much earlier, but just do a little bit more. Besides, the rendering time for this one took forever. Wow. Just I had to divide the video into 3 parts and then render those 3 parts out and then mash them together again just to, because it was more like the video alone was 300 gig. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm just talking a bunch of nonsense now. I just changed the color of the little dot things in the middle just to make it stand out from the wood. Just scale down the little bathroom sign to ensure it doesn't overlap anything else. Let's give the other part of the roof a spine. I should have actually scaled these things a bit more down. That would have made a bit more sense, but I wanted them to visually really stand out. Even though it's going to make my life a bit more painful. ensuring that they don't penetrate any of the other objects. And I promise you, one day I will learn the shortcut keys, but today is not that day. And I know you don't know them either. So shh. If you do, touche. But I'm almost 100% sure you don't know all of them. Come on. Do you have really useful ones? You could probably tell me in the comments. But to be honest, they're just like on the UI. But I just forget. I just get into the entire building mood, you know, and just go brain dead for a while. This is my escapism. I don't want to think. I don't want to remember stuff. Yes, another window. This one is at least high up, so when it shines into the bathroom, no one will be able to see it. Besides, it's tinted so yellow, I don't think anything can see through there. I don't even light can get through there. Let's just continue adding our little corner posts, our little corner pillars. Trying to make life as easy as possible to ensure we are not here forever. I would later on encounter a bit of a problem when it comes to a little doodad in the wall that adds a little bit of decoration of the yellow dots, because things are not level and there's a door in the way, so I'll have to be more creative. And by creative, I was not very creative, but you'll see, that's still a little bit of a while off. Still just enhancing the wall. Time to move our little rocks into place. I have to say, I really love this aesthetic of the stone foundation. Oh, with the wood. It's just beautiful. Adds so much character to a building. I think stone is the superior building material for its durability and how beautiful it looks. I mean, wood is also really great. I hate steel, glass, concrete buildings. No offense. I mean, some of them can look nice, but geez. Some people just, I don't know, want to like literally rip any character building has out and just make it as utilitarian as possible, as dead as possible, as unhuman as possible, which is just sad. I feel like buildings should have character, show the human experience and blend in with nature. It doesn't mean like a steel building with a grass rooftop. That's not the same. I mean, take for example medieval Europe or feudal Japan buildings. Very beautiful, the traditional kind of buildings. Then these tall, concrete, soul-sucking ass buildings that all look the same. I've just noticed that the one wall is a bit iffy. I pushed it in too far, but we'll fix that in a future video. See, there it is. Don't look. Avert your eyes. Avert them. You never saw it. It's okay. It's okay, don't worry. It can't hurt you. I promise you. Luckily, having it at different heights doesn't affect it too much, the little wall decorations we have. Very cool, very cool. Adding the last layer of stone to our little humble, not abode, because it's a shitting place. It's where you go to unburden yourself of extra weight. Get rid of all those unhealthy toxins. Expel the evils. Okay, I'll stop now. Yeah, it's looking good. Just adding those little finer details just to ensure the theme of the building is coherent full out. Just cover up that little freaking ugly little blue-white hospital bathroom tiles that we cannot change the pattern of, sadly. Maybe in the future. I'm gonna try and say sad but a lot less. I'm consciously trying to think about it, so be with me in solidarity. I don't want you to play another drinking game. It's not good for you. It's not good for your liver. Yeah, my frustrations. I'm just trying to straighten it up. Let's add a little door, because this is going to be a little staff facility and you won't be able to see the actual staff facility, so this door will just be there as decoration. They will essentially warp through it or phase through it, but it's okay. It's not like we're going to check at them doing this the whole time, but it does add a little bit realism to the building, instead of having a giant black hole there with no door, or with a metallic door in a Viking building. And you know, this is actually sort of a shitty place to put the staff facility, because I mean, it's like right in view of everybody that's coming in. So we could in the future change this into a shop or a second bathroom if the one gets clogged, and we can just move the staff facility, because it's not in the most beautiful of places. But hey, I just did it. I just did the click. I'm sorry. Forgive me for I've done something terrible. So we will change that in the future to a public restroom. Oh, got a little bit wet there. Feisty. Just fill up these little gaparoos. I hate the staff bath. The fact that it has to be that pattern, the fact I can't have it invisible and just put a sign there of no entry. Why does it have to be a path of curbs and a shitty pattern that I don't like, that really, really stands out extremely hard? As a normal park goer, I won't know that it's a staff bath only, then I'm not allowed to walk there. I'll just look at the signs and say, no entry, you plebeian. As simple as that. I mean, in the game's context, we always have it to be a staff bath, but it doesn't have to look like a specific one, if you know what I mean. We can just decorate a no entry sign. Yeah, and it's taking up valuable water frontage, so it's quite a boon for the employees' morale to have a staff room with a gigantic window light at the pond. We're about to enter mode nature, where I go and just plant thousands of little plants and bushes. I bushify everything. You know me by now. I bushify and rockify every piece of uninhabited land. That looks like the little leaves are growing through the rocks, or little weeds or whatever we would call it. Damn, big bush. Big bushes. But yeah, like I said, I've got nice water frontage. So I mean, good morale, right? They're gonna work really well, because we gave them prime real estate. Because I mean, that could have been the perfect, storefront for some merchandise or something. I don't know. So they have no excuse for being depressed when going to the staff room, because we gave them literal golden real estate. But that will change in the future, of course. Like I said, I was just building unscripted, unplanned, so that's why they got something that's beautiful, and that's great, and that's just gonna make everybody jealous. But I feel like one has to treat your employees well, build actual loyalty, not loyalty in sense of trust the company and the company betrays you as soon as possible. That's why I like private companies, in the sense of you can really build loyalty with the people that run the company, instead of having to be beholden to shareholders in the ethereal that you will never see, and the company is completely at the case of making profit at the expense of literally everything else. I feel like private company has a little bit more agency to really build that empowerment in employees, that trust, that entire workflow. I feel like if you really reward your employees as you should, the company will succeed. Because I mean, if someone works harder, right, they achieve the goal in less time, don't make them do more work. Praise them for the work they did do, and then they will work harder. Don't say, yeah, that's beautiful, but now I see what you can do, now I have to do it every time. That's just gonna make your employee 10 times worse. They're gonna do less. They're gonna, something that could have been done in 3 minutes, they're gonna do in 3 hours just to look like they're productive, because you were a piece of shite, because you didn't see what the value that they brought in. Yes, I am ranting, sorry. But that's what I want to do for our employees. I want to show them that I care about them and that they are valued here. And I don't want to go through the hiring process again, because that's like going on dates. It's a lot of work meeting new people. But also, with that said, don't be a piece of shit. Don't expect to get the world when you don't give what, the same value in return. You know what I mean. Ah, yes, a little trick to block this beautiful building, making sure we can still see it from the path that we want the people to come down into our little Midgard Viking themed park. I have to say, the plants in the temperate, the flowers in the temperate region are very few and sad. I want them to add more plant types, please. I liked all the scenery stuff you're adding now, the themes like the fairy tale, the sci-fi, the western, and so on. But also just give me more flowers. I want more flowers. I don't want to place the same flower 1,000 times in the same area. I will be adding a different nature region to our little Midgard park when we go down more, like in part 5 when I want to build out the fjord. The fjord I think there's like a tundra or taiga kind of thing in the game. I can't remember now because I've been so focused on the temperate stuff that I sort of forgot about the other regions. I know there's Mediterranean, of course. But yeah, so when I want to go and build the little fjord area, I want to build like a little fishing village with a nice flat ride and the entrance to essentially a roller coaster. And I like to build a little bunch of like little Viking kind of hut things where the shops will be in, and then like a pier where the restaurant will be on and stuff like that. That's my plan going down on that path eventually. That has been like that for a while. But in part 4, or is it part 3? This is part 2. Part 3, yes, part 3. We will definitely build out the entrance of the area. Let's spruce that up a little bit. You're gonna add something two really cool features, like aesthetic features that you will see in the future, and we will be changing the layout a bit, but you'll have to come back for that later. Just to give you a little bit of a hint on what we're gonna do next for our little facility, I'm gonna build something called, let me put it another way. Let me use some brain power. It's hard if you've got no brains. It's gonna be based off something that I saw in a video game, one of my favorite strategy video games, the Battle for Middle Earth 2 and 1, I guess. That has a specific building in it that I'm gonna theme this off. Whether it's Viking is quite a different story, but I don't care. I think it's cool, and I think it will perfectly fit in here with our little Viking aesthetic, a little mythology aesthetic here. Oh yeah, I do learn that I can just click on a multi-select tool underneath. I know, I will be doing that eventually, but as for now, I'm just dragging, making life harder, you know. That's what you do when your IQ is low. You make life harder, not easier. You just create a beautiful rim that you have to climb over, and that's gonna probably stab your foot into its end. It's gonna be like stepping on a really hard Lego, so it's not gonna be the end of you. You're gonna literally disappear. Or maybe I'm not gonna add them. I can't remember. Oh yes, I remember now. I'm just gonna flowerize it. Let's add our little trash can. I think that makes sense to have the trash can right outside of the public bathroom. Add them everywhere. And we'll eventually assign a specific, like 2 janitors just to this area, because I've seen the janitors are very ineffective when it comes to certain things. And yeah, I don't want them to just dawdle around and do nothing on the other side of the park where there is literally nothing going on, like a path I built out with 0 purpose until the future. Let's just add some little light. I have to say, in the night you're gonna probably get mugged and stabbed and I don't know what else in this part, because even though I do put it around these lights, they're not actually quite very effective in lighting up the area, let's be honest. But I will be making it even worse because I'll be removing some of them, because when I look at them I'm like, I feel like these things are too close to each other. It feels, for me, it feels unnatural. So I'll be moving them a bit around at the end of our little facility building speed up thing. Yeah, I'm a professional. Let me just give everyone some vertigo and some neck bending snaps of all my rotations. That's also one thing I'm going to try to do a bit less of while I'm building is every time I place something down, I don't know, I have to check every little corner of it and to ensure I'm happy with it. Yeah, I'll try. I'll be better, I promise. Add a little tiny cute bag. Someone's probably gonna steal. It's probably it's just $1.50. We can live without it. Should make some cyanide in. Yeah, so I decided to opt for shields as our little replacement for the little dots in the wall texture. Geometry. Yes, I'm placing all these shields down because I don't want to do perfect precision with the eyes. So just place them down, delete ones in between, and just move it. And voila, done. Now let's actually edit the bathroom's aesthetic so it doesn't color, so it doesn't stand out. It's a saw farm. Yeah, I would say that matches in. We can't remove the white, but that is what it is. So let's just check our little parking at night time and see. You can see all the lights. I mean, they're lighting up an area. It's probably not too dark, but yeah, don't go around the corner. Someone with a knife is there, I promise you. The Disney adult's gonna jump in and steal your wallet so they can buy the newest, I don't know, Lilo and Stitch merch. I also decided just to remove those umbrellas because, I don't know, it felt out of place at the end of the day. And yeah, here is I'm gonna execute some of our little lampposts and move them around. So to make it even much easier for someone to end you. It's part of the experience, you know. I mean, it's a Viking park. You paid for the true Viking experience, being raided. And for some awful reason, I decided to put these things in front of the sign to make them like little shiny nose, and it was more to light up the actual sign so you can actually see what's standing there. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna replace most of these signs with digital screens, but with hopefully I can still get the framing. but with digital signs, that's gonna just make things much more easier and cooler. Broken neck whip. Okay, we're gonna start now with, I guess, building our second flat ride, but we're gonna just do some landscaping and actually lay out, the foundation for the area. So we're drinking. I want to create another hill kind of place. I know. I just did that with the previous one, but this is going to be a larger one. It's going to be like an entire nature trail. I want to do that you have to go walk up to and get to. So sorry if you're 80 or have any leg problems. It's going to be hard, but I mean, you can do it. I believe in you. You're strong. This is gonna be a bit of a process. I'm gonna try and... Oh, the clock went off. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's the grandfather clock. There's nothing I can do about it at the moment, but it's going crazy. Continuing on, I do eventually find out a way to do it the way I like it, or that's a bit more hilly than it's like cliffy. I can put it out if I can, say it like that. We're gonna hillify it eventually. I'm gonna flatten it all out as soon as I sort of get the idea of what I want to do with it. And you'll be able to also see when I place a new flat ride that I think I did take a little bit of a while in deciding what one I want to take. I didn't include in video because it was slow, it was boring, nothing exciting really happened. Yeah, so here's our little Montillon, something like that I think it's called. I was thinking this could be perfect for what I have planned. Okay, so let me explain to you what I have planned, because I just said when we were building the little public bathroom on what I'm basing this off. I'm basing this off a video game I played quite a while ago. It's called Lord of the Rings, The Battle of Middle Earth, and inside it's a strategy game where you armies fight and stuff like that. You train units, build buildings, etc., like StarCraft or Warcraft, but like Lord of the Rings in the style of Command and Conquer in a way. In there, when you play as the elves, you have the ability to build something called the Entmoot, which spawns Ents, tree monsters, like Treebeard and those kind of things. So that's what I'm basing this right off. I'm building an Entmoot, even though it's going to be mostly rocks, so it's more like a rock moot, but it's okay. I can do what I want to. Okay, I'm gonna call it the Entmoot, and yeah, it's gonna be like a nature kind of ring where there's statues and rocks and foliage, flora facing it, and it's gonna be like a magical circle that has certain properties to summon tree monsters or protect from ancient evil powers or things of the like. So we're just carving out our little hill still. Getting nice and smooth. As smooth as possible anyway. And bring out this little area in front so we can have our path, especially our queue, so that our queue can be more on a flat surface. This is essentially going to be the trail that people are going to walk to get to the ride. Now we can raise it up too much, but it's going to be definitely an incline upwards. Slowly but surely we will get there. I promise you the Entmoot is gonna look absolutely epic. And with the Entmoot I also decided we're gonna use a bit more special effects, kind of things like triggers. Let's get our iconic gravel path in. Ons grondpaadjie. Anyway, I was gonna say the triggers. The game has these where you can use special effects and you can create like triggers that, you know, trigger at a certain time when you want them to, or when something specific happens on the ride or the ride goes past a certain point. It's more powerful when it comes to the coasters, but the flat rides have a version of this as well. So we're definitely going to use some effects. Not a lot, because we don't want to go overboard already within like the first few rides. But definitely going to experiment with them. I do forget to remove the curbs, but I will do that in part 4, which I haven't played yet, just to let you guys catch up a little bit, so that I can actually, if you guys got any advice and stuff like that, that I can actually, you know, utilize it. Because I did get a comment, a tip from someone on my first part about when it comes to the paths, about when you build them, to elevate the ground with them. So yeah, or the ground conforms to the path instantly. So I will definitely be using that in part 4. Here we're just creating a bit of more of a, you know, a rocky kind of cliff, bit uneven, not super even kind of thing. Smooth it out. And unsmooth it again. I just don't want a extremely big, I don't know, leap up from the path itself. Yeah, now to create more bit of a little plateau area for our queue path. And when it comes to, you probably see me building these 2 flat rides, you'll see probably, how on earth is he gonna get a priority path in there? Well, the thing is, we're not gonna have a priority path on these 2 first rides. I want to reserve the priority queue path for more high-end, more flashy, exclusive rides. That, and because my design is shit and I completely forgot I needed to include stuff for priority paths. So yeah, money can't buy you everything, especially if you're dumb. Because the person designing forgot it, that you've got money you want to spend it, to not wait all day in line. Oh well. Sorry, just got interrupted by the dogs heavily, barking non-stop, driving me crazy. But yeah, otherwise not missed really anything special. We're just still doing some landscaping. It's looking better, slowly but surely. We're getting there. We're gonna have the coolest, most epic, most fun, most awesome, most everything theme park. We're gonna be the safest, yet the unsafest theme park. We're gonna be the most epic, yet most unepic. Just gonna be a wild adventure. Yeah, I really need to change the color of that queue path, even if it's just for me to see what's going on. That's just a freaking ugly color in the game. Kind of lilac purple, kind of, I don't know, grossness. I do see I break the path here again, the terrain, and not fix it. Or do I? I think I sort of reshape it in future, but yeah. We're gonna add a little hill here in the middle that's just essentially going to be, I don't know, it's going to be used in the future, but not now. Now we're moving on, actually decorating our Entmoot. Yeah, I just go through a little bit of the the scenery objects from the Viking pack. But like I said in the previous part, the runic stone kind of things, that's technically I think part of a large monster creature, but who cares. I'm gonna actually use those, and this is what I meant. I'm gonna use them for this ride. As soon as I get my bearings together, we'll actually start decorating the Dawn ride. I promise you. Here, I'm just swirling around the rock, showing that I'm gonna do something. Can you do it? Phew. I was like, am I still gonna build it at this point? So yeah, I'm just gonna do the old rotate place, because this ride took me quite a while to build, because yeah, there's some things some things were taking quite a while. I already screwed up because I placed two next to each other, and so my entire pattern is screwed up, and I don't see how I didn't see that. But don't worry, I just edited out how I fixed it, so you guys don't have... Oh no, I lied, I didn't. I'm a liar. And I was like, something's not right. Why is these things not lining up? Well, like, wait a minute. Yeah, I fixed it. See, I did do it off camera. I just wasn't right with my timing, that's all. I'm also gonna remove the ones on the outside because I felt like it just didn't match the aesthetic I was going for. Okay, so now to edit some of the little runic pillars even more. This looked like an dinosaur, alien, freaky looking kind of animal head to me for some reason. So I decided to go with that. We're not going to make them super unique at the moment, but we are going to decorate each one of them uniquely with some foliage. That takes hours to do. It took hours to do, yeah. But slowly, you can see it's forming up. It's getting there. Just adjusting a few things, some of the heights, and ensuring the things are more accurately placed on the pillars so that the kid doesn't bump in it and squash them. Let's add some grotesque heads for some horrific flair, you know, that Viking aesthetic they're known for. Guts, bloods and stones and mooches and crofts and doodads. Well, in movies anyway. Did you guys know, because I just found this out like I think a year ago or something like that, Vikings were actually quite clean people. They bathed quite regularly, unlike the English, they actually, or the Anglo-Saxons, the Vikings actually complained on how dirty the Anglo-Saxons were and that they aren't bathing enough. So that was quite interesting too, that little tidbit. So, some of the most barbaric raiding monsters, if you could put it right, from the perspective of the other European countries, were like the most clean and most hygienic people. I don't know if you guys can hear the little tickety footsteps of the dogs. It's quite irritating when recording this, but I'm not gonna blame them. It's not like they know what's going on. and I can't really close them off because that won't be fair and nice, and they might just freak out. So I would rather not do that. So if you hear any tick on the floors, it's the little doggos surrounding me. There is 4 of them, and they're all super adorable most of the times. Sometimes I want to snap a neck or two. I don't, obviously, but sometimes I do feel like it, especially when I leave the door open all day and until like 11 o'clock in the night, when someone just can come in and slit my throat. I leave the door open for them to go outside to do their business. They know they should go outside to do their business, but then some of them still pee on the floor right next to the open goddamn door. It's just to spite me. It's just like, I'll do what I want to do. You can tell me. I'll show you, like a rebellious teenager. Here is, I think, the part I hated the most of this entire build. And yes, I know hate's a strong word, but I didn't like it. This takes me forever. And this isn't even double speed, this is triple speed, because I felt like you guys, I didn't need to subject you guys to this most awful of pain. And I do respect your guys' time, most of the time. So yeah, this is gonna be quite a long process of me just putting in these things on each bar, and I constantly forget that I can use the thing that duplicates it around the ride, that I don't do it. So I must suffer because I don't know, I've got some kind of amnesia or something where I forget things I just figured out. Yeah. I'm gonna do this slowly but surely, and the double thing is not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And does it add a lot to ride? I don't know, because it's gonna be covered up mostly with bush at the end of the day. I don't even think the videos I show eventually show all the work I actually put in. So if you guys are here watching, thank you so much for supporting me and suffering with me through the slow creative process of placing all of these objects. So at least you know when you download this from the workshop or you're watching the video, it was crafted with love, care and attention by human hands. I am human, by the way. I'm not AI, I promise. I know these days it's hard to tell the difference, but I can assure you I'm human. I know that's exactly what an AI would say. But do you know why I am human and not AI? Because my grammar is shit. And I don't... Or do I add a lot of fluff to my speech? Unnecessary fluff. I think I do. For the sake of padding out the content in the video. That's what I go with the intention in, is to talk a lot, but then I sort of forget about that and just actually really talk a lot, because I'm someone that just talks a lot, and sometimes people tell me to calm down. But you know what I think also why I talk so much and so much random shit, and I should probably stop saying shit and that kind of stuff if I want to be monetized one day, right? Right, guys? Remember to subscribe. I want to hit that 1000 mark. Please, these videos take forever to make. Even though they're not super fancy, it just takes forever to render. I need a new CPU. My CPU is the bottleneck. It took me like 4 hours to render this video. Any case, what I was gonna say is, it's because a lot of my friends, my close friends, my best friend and other close friends, they're not very talkative people to start with, and they always tell me to start the conversation. And then they will, when I start talking about whatever topics I want and stuff, they will then join. But otherwise, they'll be quiet. But that was for most of my life like that. I've got friends like that, super quiet, and they will only engage when I engage with them at that point. And when I decided not to engage, they would get not angry, but would think we're not friends or that I'm mad at them. So they will, well, I'm not talking to them, and I'm telling them because I want them to, start a conversation, because I feel like it's just fair. I feel like maybe I'm not that important, but I guess it just found that they really don't just initiate conversation that easily. They want me to do it. It's not like they don't want to do it. They just need a jumping point, starter point. But it has changed a bit. My best friend has gotten a lot better at just talking what he wants to talk without me having to be the main conversation starter. So that's really cool. But I still got a few other friends that won't talk at all unless I talk to them. And once we get into that talking mood, they will also get to a point where I don't stop talking about topics. And yeah, really cool. So what your guys' experiences with you guys? Are you the one that doesn't talk and you have a friend that, starts the conversation and then you can join in? Or do you have friends? Because some of you all can be really depressing on the internet. I've seen comments like in multiplayer games, if I only had friends. I'm sorry to hear that. I think it's especially hard to make friends as an adult. Though my best friend is from high school. We've been friends for a long time now, but I did make a few friends as an adult, but I was just by, I guess, luck in a way. By being invited from another friend that I've met a while ago to a Halloween party, and I just vibed with all the people at the Halloween party. And I also met a really close friend there that we're now really good friends. And I also met my partner at the Halloween, my fiancé at the Halloween party. That's cool. I also think an easy way to get friends, adult friends, if you're an adult, and is like definitely exploring hobbies, things that you're maybe not comfortable with, hobbies like maybe music, dancing, drawing, art, or I don't know, even sports, whether like table tennis, squash, or whatever. You'll definitely meet people. I think that's a good way to engage. Otherwise, you're just at home dealing with trolls online, getting raged in League or Dota or Counter-Strike or Valorant or whatever. And well, I mean, you can make really good friends online. I've got one really good friend that I've actually never met in person, but we've literally shared everything of our lives with each other, and we actually helped each other through some hard times when we were still discovering ourselves when we were younger, because I feel like you only really turn into adult around the age of 27. Otherwise, you're still like really lost and still trying to discover yourself, trying to understand yourself. So it's always nice to have that someone that can go with you through that experience. So we just placed a bunch of new beautiful flowers. And you're wondering why I changed the color of the flowers? It's just to match with the rune stones. Runic stones? Runes? Yeah, runes and rune. Rune. Runes. Yeah, that's quite close, those two words. And yeah, no, I was checking at the flowers, but I was just busy talking a bunch of higgity boggity bush. Like I said, I go off the rails and I forget my objective. I wish. Okay, I don't know how many times I said wish, but okay. I want them to. I know this is not a demand. This is just a nice to have, and it's not something they need. It would be so cool if they had like a weed growing tool that if you press an object and it just randomly places, random generate like IV and stuff on the objects, and you can say how much you must spread and stuff. Okay, I know that's a bit of an advanced system to add for free and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't even have to be free, but I just think it would make life so much easier. Still have these things in as well, so I can have a bit more control on how I want to place it. But if I just want to do a quick, I need some weeds there, bro, then it's possible with just a click of some customization, and I think it can be a really cool and powerful system. And I know game engines have the plugins for those and stuff. I've seen them before, but of course this is quite a big system you have to program, and for it to work nice and be like optimized and whatnot ever. But yeah, one can dream. One can dream. So yeah, I'm gonna painstakingly decorate each one of these little dinosaur, freaky alien looking statue things, runes. So what I mean to say, when I make these things with love and passion, I really do. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've already improved my building skills from the previous part. So I'm slowly improving, which is nice. That's what you want to see. And I've already, in my head, I've already got like a bunch of ideas on what I want to change, especially of the windmill. The entire body of the windmill I want to make wood, kind of a wood kind of thing. So that's definitely something I want to do in a future video. But that's going to be a while off, because I want to move away from the Viking theme at the end of part 4 or part 5, because I'm just getting a bit Viking fatigue, so of the theme. So if I'm going to say so one more time, I'm going to end it all. Okay, I was thinking, or maybe, do I say I was thinking a lot as well? Damn, I've got so many tics I have to unlearn. Guys, thank you for going through this with me now. I really appreciate you. Yeah, you. I'm looking at you. Yes, you. Thank you. Thank you to listen to ramblings of a almost midlife crisis person. Not there yet, but approaching. Okay. I want to go to a very opposite theme, maybe like Western or sci-fi or resort, whatever that means. Like, I guess Hawaiian kind of tiki Lilo Stitch kind of thing, aesthetic. Yeah, but because I don't want to go to mythology, like Greek mythology or fairy tale, even though I'm really super excited about the fairy tale thing, because I think that's more Middle Ages, I believe. I think, which I really like. I love the aesthetic of the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages, the High Middle Age, all that kind of things. I really love that aesthetic. I know it's a really big time period with quite different architectures within it. I'm in love with Gothic architecture. I love Gothic architecture. I love gigantic. I won't say menacing. I won't say like what do you call it? Strong, intimidating cathedral architecture. It's just freaking awesome and so beautiful. I love Renaissance as well. Ooh. The Sistine Chapel, beautiful. I want to go see it one day in real life. One day. And I also want them to add, now I think about it, I don't know if Planet Coaster 1 had it, because I didn't buy a lot of the DLC, only a few of it. I know they had like a Mayan Aztec kind of pack, like El Dorado kind of thing. But I can't remember if they have an Asian one. by Asian I mean that's a bit broad. I would rather like them to bring out like a specific Japanese or specific Chinese, Korean, or Indian, or even Arabic kind of theme packs. That would be freaking cool. Then you can also make like a theme park, especially if it's like a Chinese one. You can make like, and it also has like mystical elements and stuff in it. You can make like you know, a theme park or part of the theme park based on like the mandate of heaven kind of mythology kind of thing. As also inspiration I sort of got, but I feel like I'm not gonna do it, but it could happen, so don't take me too seriously on this. But yeah, when I was looking at the Viking thing and in the future of the sci-fi park, or the second part of the sci-fi park, if I want to change it a bit or make like a mix, like, you know, in the Marvel movies where Asgard is this more like futuristic kind of aliens with powers. I don't know, they're gods, I don't know exactly what they are, but Asgardians. But I mean, Asgard looks very futuristic. And I was thinking if we can like take the Viking and the Greek mythology parks and make them somewhere meet in the middle, like they're two heavens, like Olympus and Valhalla, or Asgard or whatever. Valhalla and Olympus, like make it like a futuristic area mixed with both of these cultures as well, mythologies. That would be freaking awesome. Oh, I've only got 4 left. 3. I said it was going to take a while. And this is not even nature mode yet. Mode nature. Yeah, speaking of mode nature, right? I don't want to bring it up, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna expose myself. Here. When I was busy, because I created that little text effect from scratch in DaVinci Resolve in Fusion, which takes a bit of a while if you think like instead of using that, I could have just used After Effects or one of their presets. I was like, I'm gonna be a bit more special, make my own one. Now I have to learn this motion graphics and stuff so that I can create cooler videos for you guys. And well, I accidentally, when I was creating it, for some reason, I was just creating it, you know? I was just creating it. And I mixed up the letters and stuff, and I was like, oh, it's gonna take me so much. I'm gonna essentially have to create it from scratch again to, you know, to switch the places of the things. And I was like, screw it. It's gonna be a unique staple of the channel now. It's gonna be like, yeah, I was meant to create that. It wasn't an accident. Definitely not. Yeah. So that's why it's mode nature, not nature mode. This is how we build memories and an identity for the channel. I just had to take a bit of a breather there. The doggy was he's running around me. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible for trying to make sure the dog doesn't make too much noise, because I'm probably gonna miss this in editing, even though I do check the entire video, which takes, you know, long, because I have to go through hours of content. But I'm afraid I might just miss it, so yeah. And besides, I need to just let my voice heal itself a bit from all my rambles, all my chit-chatters. But if you guys enjoy me just raving and talking a bunch of nonsense, Can't believe it. We're actually done with the statues. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I'm going to change the colors of the Monteleone. Whatever it's called. I'm going to change the color. No, I can't speak. I'm losing it. I should probably go drink my pills. Okay, what I was going to say, I'm going to change the colors, but I will be changing them again in the future. So if they do look harmful to your eyes and your eyes are burning a bit and you're getting headaches and maybe migraines from the colors, and feeling like, what? This is what he went with? Don't worry. I'm going to change it to make it fit a bit better. So, calm down. Cheese. You're okay. You're a strong person. The colors can't hurt you. Okay? This is an overused joke, but I'm gonna go over it again. Because today's society is too soft. We need to up, you know. I don't know how I thought that was an okay color scheme. Consider I'm gonna cover it up with green stuff, so I will be eventually making it green as well. I just want to see exactly what this ride's gonna do and what it does, and I was like, oh, it closes? That is so epic! It looks like a stuffed pizza. You know, this pizza with the crust that's full of cheese or a sausage. Yeah. Stuffed crust pizza. A bit green though, so probably don't eat it. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm a bushifying it again. And the colors I chose, it's not gonna help it blend in with the green bushes. Let's just hope someone doesn't fall into the bramble bush. It's gonna be very inconvenient. But you signed a waiver of your rights, right? Once you enter this park. As soon as you step foot in, you gave up all your rights to sue us. And it's only arbitration. You will accept our settlement. Something might just happen to you and your family on your next visit to any theme park. Because I promise you, we have our little grubby hands in every theme park in the world. You won't escape us. We are the theme mafia. It's all coming together. A little beautiful Entmoot. Too bad Treebeard's not gonna jump out of here anytime soon. But I was also thinking, there's like little tools, little objects that can make other objects move around. I was thinking maybe I should actually create an entire, like stone creature that's full of bushes and maybe like put wood on it to make it look like a tree monster of some sort, or just use a bunch of trees to make a tree monster on the Entmoot. And yeah, I don't think we should waste that money at this very moment, because we're already down to 40 from our regional 50, and I think at the end of part 3 we'll be like on 20 or something like that. So we're cutting it a bit close, because remember, we are playing in hard mode. We do need to make our money back. We need to make our money back. So I'll be using those tools and maybe creating a monster on a different ride. Maybe a roller coaster, one that, like, when it comes to it can reverse or falls back, but it slows down and then it reveals this big monster that's gonna attack you, and then it goes back, and then areas that you were, there's now a monster that's trying to like smash you and grab you. I think that could be a really cool roller coaster, so maybe make something like that. Almost like a 4D ride, but an actual roller coaster. And actual animatronics. Actual. Yeah, we covered up with vines. You can't even see it, and if you do see it, it's not because it's not blending in. But I will make it blend in, I promise. So yeah, I just decided to go with another head, like the others, because we need to be cheap for now. And I don't want to, like I said, give our biggest, most awesome abilities away on, albeit a much more interesting ride than the sliding mill, but still not the coolest thing in the world though. And this is going to be like the focal point of our ride. It's going to be like the antagonist, and where the little blue ones are going to be like the spirit guardians that is keeping the big red one in check. You guys will see what I mean about once again, I have lost the ability to speak. You guys will see what I mean when we get there. I thought this looked really cool, but I was like, it's too cool for this ride. Yeah. Fire! This is what I mean when we're going to add some trigger effects to our ride. But I don't want to keep the actual people alive. So let's just put it a bit higher. Whether it's real flames is another story. We'll just hope it's not. We'll just hope it's some sort of movie special effects that we implemented here that looks like fire. So yeah, I'm just familiarizing myself with the how can I put it, with the event trigger interface system thing. Also, I see it's the Entmoot. It's supposed to be one word, Entmoot. I don't know why I put a space in there. I didn't even see myself doing it. Just checking on when this thing is gonna actually... that's way too early. I was thinking I wanted to, like, split flames as soon as the little tarp that goes over the little carts pulls back. So that people, like, essentially get a heart attack. And yeah, I'm gonna just, like, redo the entire ride's sequence. So it's going to be 2 spins, 2 spin canopy, 2 reverse spin canopy, and spin reverse. It's more or less the same length as it was previously, maybe a bit shorter, maybe a bit longer. I want to do blast flames more than once. So let's have a check and make sure it splits the flames when I want it to. Okay, it's a bit early. I just need to move it a tiny, teeny bit. Imagine paying $20 for a 1-minute ride. Albeit a cool looking one, but still. Hell no. Oh yeah, pump up that time. Make the flames go. I'm sorry. I'm looking you in the eyes and I'm apologizing. I'm sorry. Okay. We'll be adding more effects, albeit I won't say very original. So I want to get something that's more constant flamey. That's going to be like the suppression effect of the evil antagonist Entmoot creature stone thing with wooden antlers, so we can say it's a tree monster, okay? Now I also just have to position this so that we don't fry people's faces off, or de-eyebrow them, or de-unalive them essentially. But still make it look really cool. I'm still hoping and believing it's not actual fire. It's just, I don't know, movie magic, ride magic. Gonna place one in each one's mouth. Slowly but surely we will get there. I'm lying, I'm not gonna do each one, I'm just gonna do the front ones, because, yeah. The other ones are too low, the ride's too high, and yeah. It sounds like a fire hazard, even though it's not real fire. We've got our OSHA regulations, we just tell them it's not real fire. How would they know? All our employees and clientele are safe. Do you see the fireproof statue is not catching fire? It's not like we lathered in anti-fire detergent or anti-fire detergent. Whatever you apply to make it fireproof. You see here, I'm gonna try it. And I'm gonna quickly notice it's not gonna work. It's gonna look stupid. Yeah. That might be a bit of a safety issue. But let's continue adding a little flame first to the other heads, and then we will program them or event trigger them to only initiate once the big one has done its little flame bursts. It would be cool if I could change like the color of the statues when like in event trigger, but I don't think that's something you can do. Like make them all like green and then they glow up this cyan kind of color, and the statue is like a cyan, but it then the big one in the middle, the antagonist, becomes like red, and that's when they go from green to cyan to fight the evil spirit. Yeah, everyone looks safe. Don't you guys agree? Or if you're singular, don't you agree? Please do recommend me to anyone you think would like content like mine, like babbling and building. And I do play horror games, and I will be playing other city builder games and all those kind of things as well. And I just still need to find a niche game that's gonna be the best for me. And don't stress, it's not like I'm choosing something I don't like. I love playing simulation building games like this, simulation management games like these. I also like survival city builders like Manor Lords, Forest Frontiers, Banished. I'm actually working on a Banished video. I'm doing like a self-made challenge kind of thing for it. I'm just trying to, because I haven't played Banished in such a long time, I sort of forgot how to play it correctly. Now my people are just dying like flies. So need to get back into that one, making sure I can actually create a video, actually survive, you know. Yeah, so this is quite painful, this entire setting up the event triggers. And that darn Entmoot separation rate, it's driving me crazy. watch me be ironic, and it is actually 2 words and not 1. Well, I guess you guys will correct me in the comments down below, won't you? But yeah, play Battle for Middle Earth 2. Freaking awesome game. Love it. The best strategy game for the Lord of the Rings franchise series. Yeah. And I know I just said the word wrong, but it's okay. I'm working on it. I promise. It's just I've been conditioned by myself and people around me. Like the other day, my mom said a word incorrectly, and it's what I've been saying incorrectly as well, and essentially got crap for it. And then the one person said, "Oh, that's where you got it from." So yeah, it's conditioning I need to fix. It's actually a word we can say not in our native language, because we're using the English word, but we're like just saying the word in our way instead of using the actual correct word. The word was flour, like, all-purpose flour, but instead of saying what we're supposed to, we said flour. Flour is not a word. It's actually supposed to be meal or cook meal, but yeah. Now to further continue, I guess, dressing up everything with green leaves. Truly show it. It's an Entmoot and it's in the middle of the wilderness, and you're supposed to believe it. Don't look at the nice shiny wooden planks underneath. There's nothing we can do about it as of now. Actually, what I can do is, but it's like maybe use a rock face, one of those flat rocks, and just like place it everywhere. Then it will look different. It will be different heights. It won't look like perfectly manicured wood. But this ride is already getting quite hard for my computer to handle because of all the little things I'm placing everywhere. But that's also a thing, is like when I'm actually building, I'm building on essentially medium to high graphics, just for the fluidity. But when I'm actually recording like the little ads and before and afters, I do it on ultra high quality. And yeah, when I enter this area, you'll see it's gonna get much worse when I populate the entire area with like rocks and flowers and trees and stuff. I like how it's blending perfectly into the bushes. I like how I put in all this effort to create that little wooden fence, but still leave the blue things in between and the entire fence around the actual ride. I do really love this, where you can attach the scenery to parts in the ride and it actually moves along. That's a really cool thing they added in Planet Coaster 2, so I'll give them kudos for that. I definitely want to be utilizing it a bit more in the future. I've also started reading a book so that I can actually I know, crazy, right? Reading a book in 2025. My generation. Anyway, I'm reading a book so that I can improve my grammar and expand my vocab, as they would put it. Yeah. The only time I actually finished a book was maybe like 3 years ago, and I'm just out in how bad I am, but I'm trying to change that. That's the difference. I'm trying to change it, and I'm actually reading a book. But yeah, I finished reading a book 3 years ago because I was trapped on an airport for essentially like 20 hours, and I had like a little novel with me. I was like, let me read, because I have nothing better to do. And this airport, there goes the clock again. Hopefully isn't too distracting in the actual video. Sorry guys. It's temporary. Next video won't have a grandfather clock in the background, but hey, it adds a bit of ambiance, as I would like to say. Anyway, getting back to my little airport story. I was trapped in the airport for 20 hours. I had a book with me and I was like, yeah, I can read the book. And I ended up finishing the entire book. Like in 4 hours or something. It wasn't the biggest book, but I actually completely finished the book. It's funny. You just need to trap me for like 20 hours in the airport to get me to read a book. You're just like making long grass. I was actually hoping you'd have like actual long grass, like in other games, so it would stand up, but that would probably not be performance efficient. So it's just like a bit more of a thicker texture. But it still works. It makes it look different. Yeah, being trapped in the airport was terrible for 20 hours, and I was like, I was being smart. And this airport only had one lounge. Okay, it only had one lounge where you can like actually go sleep. This airport had no seating whatsoever. So I was like, I'll go to the lounge around 8 o'clock because I can only be for so long in the lounge, so that I can actually sleep, and when I wake up it will be like 2 hours away from my actual flight, you know. So I decided just to explore, check out all the things in the airport, get harassed. Yes, but that's a worry for another time. But when I got to the lounge, right, it was fully booked and there had no space for me. So I went back and sat on the towel ass floor, cold ass floor, and regretted my decisions. Okay, so now I had no place to actually sleep. So I stayed up for an entire 20 hours. Essentially 24 hours straight. I just stayed awake in the airport, boring ass airport, not be able to, well, I could have left the airport, but I didn't feel safe. I felt I might like get lost or, yeah, and I didn't know the local language. I didn't want to risk it. But I saw a McDonald's, and I saw a chair in the McDonald's opened up. I quickly ran to and ordered like a big iced coffee because it was very warm, very humid in this country, in this airport. So I ordered a big like iced coffee, and I sat there for 4 to 5 hours with my iced coffee, just to reserve myself a seat, essentially. Yeah. It was also the first time I got like Wendy's, because where I live and most places I've been to doesn't have a Wendy's, but this place had a Wendy's, and I heard some things about it, and good or bad things. I heard I had yummy chicken nuggets. I took like a deal, and to be fair, it was very inexpensive. Yeah, we're going to mode nature again. This is what I'm talking about. I built stick a lot of plants and stuff that's gonna make the game even run so much worse. But back to my Wendy story. Got a really good deal. Got like an ice cream, chips, nuggets, and a burger, and a Coke for essentially that equated to like, let me just think about this. Essentially like $8. Was it even $8? No, it was like $4. Yeah, for $4. And it was not like, it was like a large chips with a decently sized burger, ice cream, and a Coke. And this was not like your soda fountain Coke. It was like actually like a buddy Coke, like a bottle Coke. So yeah, for $4, really nice. I ate well, and then sat in depression. Because I also sat like maybe 2 to 3 hours there. to ensure I actually have a place to sit. But yeah, with my airport story over, let's go back to the actual game. Yeah, I'm just making that little... Remember when we pulled up the ground and to make this little hill? That's what this is. It's going to be like a little beauty focal point for separating the queue path and the main exit path. Also, you guys need to let me know if you like my little random stories I tell, or should I not get too personal with these kind of things and just talk mainly about the game. I can do that. Or should I keep more quiet? That'll be hard, but I think I can manage. My voice box will thank me. It feels so good to finally add trees. Part 1, we couldn't really add trees because we didn't want to block anything important, but do I love me some trees. I love it when a place is just full of trees. I hate cleaning all the leaves, but that's just one of the prices you need to pay. But having just when you look outside and it's green, you see a little bit of blue sky, but then you see trees. Not concrete gigantic buildings or just empty, endless fields. But you see trees. Hear the birds. Beautiful. And then you walk outside, and then you get a heart attack because a bird shat on your car because it was close to the trees. But it didn't just shat on your car, it literally melted on your car. That bird ate something spicy. It had some Taco Bell. I was actually afraid of this little area that I was building this hill on. It's not gonna be like, it's not gonna feel thick and busy, but at the end of the day it actually worked out perfectly well. It felt dense, it felt spacious enough. Also in the future, because apparently I've got a lot of plans for the future, I want to branch out the path a little bit to create like little picnic areas in here. Like just little sitting areas. But I was a bit lazy and just wanted to get the nature things done, get the ride done, and worry about little picnic areas when we are a bit more well off. Sorry for the little clicky sound maybe and a bit of a disconnect. The doggy wanted to go wee because I've got the door closed, because otherwise a lot of sounds coming, like I don't know, people freaking butchering their lawns and I don't know, killing each other because it screams, and all kind of fantastical noises in this beautiful little town of ours. Ah yes, density. So beautiful. Loving it. In our yard we have this amazingly, gigantically beautiful oak tree. But it's like two oak trees that, or it's like one oak tree that split into two. They have like the same base, but it's like two trees that like, it's like a Siamese twin tree essentially. It's really cool, it's really beautiful, it's really tall, it makes a lot of leaves, it's really beautiful, and it likes attracting lightning that sometimes, or did once or twice, jump off the tree to the house that killed all the TVs and gave us all semi-heart attacks, probably lower in our lifespan, but at least 5 years. But yeah. No, I did it. I didn't say that. I didn't say, but yeah. You're imagining it. I know you are. Don't give me those eyes. Don't flick your tongue at me. Jeez. Schizophrenic you are. Moving on from that, because I didn't do it, and you know I didn't. Oh, I love these London plane trees. Well, I love the bushiness. I don't know if I really like the stump that much. The stump could have been more beautiful. It could have been more aesthetically pleasing to the eyes. I do like a birch tree. Like stump. But I wish it was a bit more bushy though, you see? Can't have it all. Can't have your cake and eat it. Do I love like a cypress tree? And a poplar tree. I think that's how you pronounce it. They're very beautiful, but I don't like using them for density purposes necessarily, like Moreau, because I feel like they're so majestic trees. They need to be like in front of a casino or on a beautiful roadway to something important. I have to say, I'm indifferent when it comes to pine trees, though I've been in a place. Oh, I think I have told you guys. I've been in South Korea, and never in my life have I seen so many pine trees. Like every tree, like 90% of the trees are pine trees, or it just visually looks like that, which is insane. I was like, when am I gonna see an oak or something that's not a pine tree? I don't know if oaks are native to South Korea. I'm being very ignorant here, but I was just tired of seeing pine trees everywhere. And I couldn't even see the sakura trees or cherry blossom trees because it was not the season for them, so they were naked and fugly. Now we're just adding all the little doodads, as you would say, the brush to the forest floor. Damn, these brambles are invasive species in this park. They're everywhere. That, as I said, when I build the fjord area, I'm gonna try to go more tundra, more taiga kind of region, with still some temperate, because and I do love the temperate. Like I said, it's just not diverse enough for me to constantly be using it. Obviously, this is also going to have to be the main region theme for our little fairy tale medieval theme park eventually. Part of the park. Part of the section of the park. So we shouldn't probably too overuse the temperate. Babs, I'm quite excited to like make a fjord if I can. We'll see about that. But I also want to talk about what's going to happen in part 3. I'll say it's more of an aesthetic video. We're not building a ride there, but it's still an important video because we're building essentially the arterial lane into the Midgard Park and making it extremely beautiful, and finally enhancing that goddamn ugly pond of ours and changing a bit of road path layouts. Yeah, I'm still trying to be some unique, not just randomly placing, still trying to put some thought into, you know, what's going on in this little woodland area of ours, this little forest area that holds a little Entmoot. So you see, I'm not an AI. I actually build stuff with intention, not just do it because that's how it's supposed to be done. Now, time for brush level 2. Brush. Bush. Time for the next bush. Guys, I'm hungry. when I get hungry, I talk a lot of crap. So please do excuse. I still need to decide what am I gonna eat. I've been binging 2-minute noodles with all kinds of random crap in it. Because like I said, I'm watching Extended Family's Place, and I try to save as much money as possible when I can. So I've been sort of in a 2-minute noodle binge. I've been adding like eggs, peppers, tomatoes, and bacon and all those kind of things into my 2-minute noodle regime. So yeah. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta remove so yeah, but yeah from my vocabulary. Hey, you guys need to like guys need to like clap hands for me and say, wow, you spoke non-stop for essentially 2 hours in a video where nothing is happening. You're just placing green stuff. I hope this is relaxing for you guys. I really appreciate that comment, that one comment someone left in the most relaxing video. I really appreciate it. It makes doing this even so much more worth it. This entire YouTube thing. We just keep on continuing at our little bushes. Also, I know this is now quite a it's quite a distance off from initially, because it's like we're nearing the end of the video, but do you think it's better for me to put on the right advertisement at the start of the video or at the end of the video? Because I'm gonna do the before and after at the end of the video. I know the previous video was just me talking with a little swirl with a transition, but this time I'm making the before and after much more exciting, much more cooler, because I don't want them to play back to back, like it's the right advertisement and then it's the before and after, or whatever the case. So I want to have something like in the beginning and the end of the video, and I hope you guys also like the little showcase of the facility kind of video cheat. Now just plopping down all the colored flowers. Oh, that's a big bush. Big flower. Moving at the speed of light. Just by the way, I did so much more editing in this video, so much more. I'm not joking when I say this. The file sizes of the 2 recording, well, it's essentially 3 recordings, that was more than 300 gig, and I worked it, and I think it was at least 5-6 hours that I trimmed down into 2 hours. I really removed a lot of me swirling around, and guess what? I removed all the saves this time. I kept my promise. I think I made a promise, but I removed all the save screens and other places when I was just not doing anything. And like when I'm duplicating things, going to one side and to the other side, just removing that unnecessary bloat. And I mean, I could make it even more streamlined if you guys want to. So do you prefer this one above the previous video, or do you literally like seeing me do every single little thing, every single little mistake? Because I built an entire second path up to this mountain, but it was just so ugly and unnecessary. I just removed it from the video because it, yeah, why do you want to see that? Because I want to respect you guys' time, but I also want to give you entertainment and relaxation from our day's work, and or maybe even sleeping material if that's what you're using this for. Just don't get jump scared when I play the before and after videos, or randomly scream because, or talk loud, because sometimes I do. I've had people tell me I start at a normal conversation level and then I get louder and louder. To be fair, alcohol is involved as well. Might be the alcohol. I do love my vodka. What's your favorite drink? Do you like vodka, gin, rum, brandy, cognac? What else is there? Whiskey. I have to say, I'm not a fan of whiskey. Have tried it. Though, Jack Daniel's apple cinnamon, something like that. Apple flavor. Really good shooter. I was surprised. But before someone tells me I haven't tried real whiskey, I've drank the expensive and the cheap stuff, and they almost taste the same to me. I know, blasphemous, but it's just my taste. I do love gin. I love mixing gin into cocktails and stuff like that. Now I'm asking you, what's your favorite spirit to drink, and what's your favorite cocktail? My favorite cocktail's name I can't even remember. I've had it once in my life. It was really expensive and I haven't had the opportunity to have it again because it's quite a distance from me, this place. At least an hour and a half drives away. And yeah, like I said, expensive, and I'm trying to be financially responsible. So yeah, it was a really cool drink. You don't know what it was. It had some kind of Japanese gin, I think, inside of it, and it was like a rainbow colored, more like a sunset color, because it went from like an yellow to an orange to a kind of in between orange and purple type of thing. Yeah, and it was just a super delicious drink, and the flavor changed as I was drinking it. Really cool. Another cocktail I really like, one especially if I know I need to get drunk, is a Long Island iced tea. And no, it doesn't have iced tea in it. It has Coke. It just looks like an iced tea. That's why it's called a Long Island iced tea. Some places just call it a Long Island. And to be fair, I've had really bad Long Islands and I've had really good Long Islands. And also really like cheap drink to do when you're with like your partner or boyfriend, girlfriend, or just with friends, like girls' time out, or I don't know. I don't think dudes will do this. I don't think, though. Me and my best friend, bro, likes to drink wine, but more in our own home, or yeah, when we want to be cheap. But we're, like I say, we're currently on a beer binge, trying all kind of different beers. But anyway, like restaurant, get the sangria. It's just like a big bowl of, I believe, cheap ass wine with a lot of fruits in it, and you get like 2 liters of it or something. So cheap to drink compared to getting a bottle, or getting a bottle or drinking like beers or something that you can just buy at the shop for a fraction of the price. Get a sangria. I bet if you drink 2 of them, you will be clocked or ticked or tipsy at least, and the fruit just adds that little bit extra texture and yumminess and absorbs most of the alcohol as well. Yeah, so sangria, a cheap way to go if you want to. get a little bit tipsy and not spend your entire month's allowance in one sitting. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the right entrance sign. It's not gonna be the most aesthetically pleasing sign. Like I said, we can change it, and we will change it in the future. Keeping of that cyan look for our little Entmoot. Now, of course, you need to decorate it with some foliage, some flora. Because this is going to be our, probably for now, our most, how can I put it, our most liable part of the park where people can get hurt because there's going to be no railing, so they can roll down, hit a rock, and I guess enter the afterlife. Could be snakes in between all these bushes. I don't know, a lion or two. Don't ask me where the lions came from. I don't know. Oh wait, it could be mountain cats, right? Mountain lions. Doesn't necessarily have to be an African lion. Although, that would be cool. Maybe we should add some leopards to the park. Like a Planet Zoo coaster place, you know? That'd be cool. When it comes to zoos, I feel like I feel conflicted, because I do like the idea of a zoo, being able to see the animal. And I know it's captivity and that's bad and all, I know, and some zoos do treat their animals terribly, but I'm talking about more like an ethical zoo. I haven't actually been to a big as real zoo in my entire life. The only zoo I've been to that I can classify as zoo is like a lion park, where they had like lions and tigers and all those kind of things. And I didn't really like it because the lions and stuff really did seem very sad, not well cared for. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend going to a lion park, or the lion park I went to anyway, which I can't, it's been a while. I'll go there again, and I did give them a bad review, telling them they need to better look after their animals. Anyway, but I do like the like for example safaris. The Kruger National Park, really cool. The animals roam completely free. If you get a car, you get eaten. As simple as that. With that said, we are reaching the end of this video. I just want to say thanks for the amazing success of the previous part, because essentially went from 20 views on average on my channel to 126 views, which is awesome. Like and subscribe and comment down below, and enjoy the before and after. Cheers.